You and Nussmeier kind of on the same track. You were similarly ranked out of high school, both awaited your turn, have one start. Did you know him much during the recruiting process that year?
I knew him a little bit. Obviously, we were both recruited by LSU, pretty tough. And I knew him through Elite 11 and stuff like that. He was always a good kid that, loved ball and obviously a good player. So excited to see him again.
How seriously had you considered LSU at the time?
I think they were down there in like the last 5 of my recruiting process. I think they obviously just had a ton of recent success coming off that national championship throughout my, sophomore year of high school. So it was obviously an attractive program that had won pretty recently. So they were up there. I don't know if I was ever really going to go there, but they were definitely up there at the end.
Have you talked with Garrett at all before this game?
He texted me happy birthday, but besides that, that was like 6 months ago. No.
They have a great edge rusher in Harold Perkins. How do you feel like you've gotten better in terms of pocket presence, just sort of understanding pressure that's coming at you over the course of the last year or so?
Yeah, that's twofold, obviously, right? One's understanding like the protection you're in, where the strengths and weaknesses are, and then one's obviously the physical in terms of being able to move and avoid stuff. So I think I've tried to improve in both throughout the offseason. I feel like I've done a good job of that, and obviously we're playing against a really good edge player, so I guess we'll see how good of a job I did.
It seems we often see you and Jacoby kind of palling around. How would you kind of describe the relationship you guys have built?
Yeah, Jack's a great kid. Obviously a phenomenal football player, but a phenomenal human being as well. As someone I really enjoy being around, and someone that really loves ball. So it's easy for us to kind of connect there. And I think you just, I don't know, being around Jack just makes you a happier person. I don't know if you guys have noticed that through his interviews and stuff, but he's awesome. I love being around him. He's obviously a hell of a player as well.
I asked him about his leadership qualities, and he was pretty humble about it. Has he taken on the leadership role for this team that they need?
He has. I think he's like you kind of said, he's done it as the team is needed. Obviously, he's still young and he's still learning, but I think obviously having an elevated role this year, as opposed to last year, he's recognized that and tried to lead accordingly. So I'm really proud of him and the progress that he's made.
We saw him coming out last week with the marching band, the cymbals and everything. Just how often, how unique, like is he as an individual? How often does he do that kind of stuff?
Like every day. He's very unique, but I think obviously you mentioned his band participation, but I think he knows when to be serious. He knows when to walk in, which is obviously important. You can't be that guy 24/7. Yeah, he's awesome.
Was there a point for him where you noticed it kind of click late last season?
Yeah, I would say late. Obviously a guy coming in that has all the talent in the world, and when guys like that come in, it kind of goes one of two ways. If they're not playing early, they just completely go in the tank, or they continue to work hard, continue to realize what they need to do to get on the field and improve. And I think he's really taken the latter, personally, obviously, throughout the end of last year and going into this offseason. So, like I said, really proud of the strides he's made as a player and as a person.
What do you think you realized, when you say that process for him?
I think just his opportunity to be a phenomenal football player and help our team. I think he came from a high school where he was far and away the best player. And I think he started to learn and understand what it means to be a part of a team, that if a play is not necessarily designed to go to him, that it's not the end of the world. And that he's obviously an important piece, but a piece of a much larger puzzle. And I think he came to realize that and has learned how to put the team first. I'm really proud of him for doing that.
What benefits do you think come from having captain's name week by week, and what does it mean to you to be there for week 1?
Yeah, obviously it's an honor to go out there and represent our team anytime. You have that opportunity to do that for USC. I think it's an honor and a privilege. I think, and Coach Riley had spoken to me about this earlier in the offseason, I think it's a really good idea. I don't think you want to be, at the end of the season, you have guys walking out there that haven't necessarily earned it week to week. Not that has happened before, but I think it forces the guys that are initially representing the team and that are pushed to the top to continue to be there. And I think that's positive, because we don't want anyone in our program getting comfortable and resting on the fact that they've been anointed to a certain position. I think having to earn that each and every week is really important.
How do you think you've grown over the last few weeks at fall camp?
That's a good question. I think, obviously, like the physical, I'm always continuing or trying to continue to grow. Bigger, faster, stronger, throw the ball further, throw the ball harder, throw better on the run, that kind of stuff. I think I've grown emotionally a lot over this offseason. I would say that's my biggest kind of area of growth in transitioning to a new role of leadership, learning how to handle that, learning how to handle the team as a whole while also making sure I'm ready myself. So I think that's really my biggest area of growth.
It's often talked about timing strengths, and obviously there's pretty young O-line. You got some guys who are stepping in for the first time. Is there an emphasis a little bit more to you on wanting to play fast, getting the ball out quick, just making kind of quicker reads so you're not holding on to the ball, that long and putting them in tough spots?
No, I mean, I think we're going to execute the call as it comes in from the sideline from Coach Riley, and I think playing here is very unique and special because you have Coach Riley calling plays. So, I have every confidence that he's going to put me in positions to be successful, and I think I'll execute as called. I don't think I'm ever going to, at first I want to say, I have 100% confidence in my offensive line, so I'm never going to play differently because of that or because of who's in front of me. So, no, I think, like I said, we just execute as called, and I think we'll be fine.
Let's do one more after the play.
What's it feel like going into week one? It's like a showcase game, Sunday night, stage 2 yourselves. What's going through your mind about that?
It's awesome. I mean, these are kind of games you come to USC to play. So I think the team understands that, the team embraces that, and I think we're all really excited.
Thank you,
Thanks, Miller.
Yeah,